What's up? Welcome back to the Feed the Need Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 21 of the number one 16-team fantasy football podcast in the world. With a combined record of 10-8, I am your host, Eric Moody. As always, my co-host, the Season 2 Feed the Need champion, Trev Brown. How's it going?
What's going on, everybody? We're back for episode 21. We just got the power rankings out of the way. We're going to get straight into PickEms. PickEms of this week. We weren't able to do it last week, so we are super sorry about that. But at the same time, we're back for week 10, and I'll show you guys how it's done, just like we usually do, huh?
Yeah. Just a quick update from week 8. Week 8, I was 4-4. Trev was 5-3. Tyler was 4-4. So updated records on the year. I'm 26-22. Trev's 23-25. He's so close to getting to 500. Chip. And the guest, I'm only saying guest because Daly and then Dilla was there for 1 week. It's 21-19. So just chugging along there too.
Chip.
With that being said, I'm glad we're skipping any recap of last week because my butt still hurts from you. Anyways, we're going to jump right into the pick'ems, and we're going to get out of here. Go away.
Okay.
We're going to go to my matchup. First matchup of the week. We're going to break it down, and I got Merle. What do you got? I'm only saying that because I'm having I had a lot of bye week issues, so I did a couple trades, and I sacrificed this week against Merle's fucking number one team in the league, the overall favorite to win this whole damn thing. So Merle's team is.
I wouldn't say you sacrificed it per se, just because anytime you can put a whole squad out there, you never know what could happen. But it is like a 16v1 in fantasy or in NCAA. I mean, you're looking at it. If I was being more realistic, it'd be probably like a 15 seed over a 2 seed if you were to win this week.
Yeah, this is a do you believe in miracles situation,
yes.
Like the hockey. Yeah, so it's one of those things. I traded Tyrone Tracy and Jalen Waddle. They were playing this week for Josh Jacobs, Judy. They're on bye this week, and Quentin Johnston. Yeah, man, it's one of those things. It's kind of strategy going into the last 4 games of 4 weeks of the season, and I'm sacrificing this win. I'm projected to literally lose by 42 points. It's 113-71. So I got Merle. I'm sure you do too. We can kind of get going on this. I don't waste time on my matchup.
I got Merle.
Okay, cool. I think Daly's going to be texting in his picks here. So with that, whenever he does, he's had a couple family issues with his dog, so he's not going to be in here this week. He'll be here next week, hopefully.
Okay.
Next matchup is number 8, Mike, and number 12, Jimmy. This is another one of those matchups that, Mike's team, I think, is head and heels better than Jimmy's. But at the same time, their records say otherwise. They're both 4-5.
Yeah,
you get to win this week. You get to win this week. You get a huge jump start on the rest of the league. So
big. This is probably the biggest matchup of the week, like playoff wise.
Yeah, for playoff contention. Yeah. And then if Mike wins, like you talked about on the last pod about Mike possibly winning and kind of jumping into that bye conversation. Yeah, I agree. Mike has to win that game or this game to get into that conversation. Correct. Where'd that matchup go? Right here. It's projected for 113-89. Jimmy losing Chris Olave is a big thing for him.
Big.
It kind of just really thins out his lineup. Deontay Johnson get traded is tough. I'm going to go with Mike here. And I don't think it's relatively close. Jimmy's averaging 87, pretty much 87 points a week, and he's losing one of his best players. Yes, he gets Jonathan Brooks back, but it's just he's not going to come in and get a full workload. So, and yes, Mike might be out of A.G. Brown, but I got Mike.
I'm curious on how Deontay's going to do on Thursday Night Football. If Deontay can come out and put up a 25 spot, that would give him a shot in the dark to beat Mike, but I don't think he's going to do that. So I also am choosing Jimmy. Or I'm sorry, I'm choosing Mike
I
over
was
Jimmy.
going to say it. That's a tough
Choosing
pick
Mike
there.
over Jimmy, unless Deontay goes for 25 plus on Thursday to give him a hell of a chance. But I don't think that's happening. So, Mike.
Yeah. Another matchup here. It's number 6 versus number 11. So Garrett versus Dallas. Another one of those kind of matchups that Garrett has the upper hand here. He is 6-3. Dallas is 4-5. And it's just Garrett having bye issues this week. And Amari Cooper's questionable. James Conner, he did kind of late in that quarter. He kind of did that flip, kind of landed on his upper back.
Yeah.
Kind of Trey Benson and Dean Mercado played a lot. So, and then Adam Thielen may be coming back this week. So Garrett does have questions. And Dallas's team is fully healthy besides losing Dak Prescott. But I mean, Trevor Lawrence has been just fine, and Dak Prescott has not been the fucking Dak Prescott is second. With everything that I don't want to happen because I need some teams to lose around me, but I am going to go with Dallas. I'm going Dallas this week.
Okay. Interesting. So Dallas, the 11, going over against the 6-3 number 6 Screamers, huh? So I don't mind that take in a sense of I like Dallas's top 4 a lot, but at the same time, we'll see what Hawkinson can do on his like first or second game back. We can see what Parker does, Tank does.
See, my thing is, Trevor, is what kind of makes me lean towards Dallas. The only question mark Dallas has on his team is if Tank Biggsie's going to play limited, and he's been limited a lot this season in practice. He plays every week. Trevor Lawrence is going to play. So Dallas literally has his full lineup. And then you look at Garrett, like we talked about James Conner. He's James Conner. He always misses a game here or there, which is fine. I do think he's going to play. But Amari Cooper was limited again this week. And then also his flex option of Adam Thielen is still not even practicing. And Who's Garrett going to drop? Garrett didn't even set a full roster last week because he didn't want to drop anybody. So who do you think he's going to drop this week?
Nobody.
He's going to be down a couple guys. And I mean, unless Derrick Henry and Danny Dimes or whoever the fuck else goes for 40, like they can. I'm not saying Danny can, but if Henry does, Pickens has a good game. I mean, he's playing from behind the whole damn time. He's out as tight end. He's out as one of his receivers. I think this is a sneaky win for Dallas here.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong in any of that, to be perfectly honest. And Derrick Henry has a horseshit matchup on Thursday Night Football. I'm going to go against the grain with you on this one, though. I'm going to pick Garrett.
So you're going Garrett?
Yeah.
I went Dallas.
Yes.
You said you're going to go against the grain with – oh, okay, I got you. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Yeah. Okay, Another matchup here. This is going to be a 2v4 matchup in the week. They're both 6-3. Yeah, both 6-3. It's Dilla versus Quinn. This is going to be you win this game. You don't solidify a bye spot, but you kind of take that extra step to get into the bye conversation. So huge game for both of those two. And buy situations, it's Madison, Zamir White, Tucker Kraft for Dilla, but I mean, who cares about any of those guys?
Right.
And Quinn's fully healthy with Deebo Samuel's questionable, but he's going to be coming off a bye, so he's going to be playing. So relatively fully healthy lineups here. Sadly, I don't want this to happen. Quinn just keeps fucking winning. And I think Quinn's going to keep winning this week.
Oh, yeah. So we can't discount that Daddy Dilla has the top score in fantasy football with Lamar Jackson. I know he plays Thursday night, but I don't think that matters too much to Lamar Jackson. Tank Dell he's looked okay. He's put up a few like dud games over the past few weeks, but at the same time, he's looked somewhat Where did we go? Where did we go, Daddy Dilla? Thank you.
You know what? I'm gonna do something.
6 to 9 targets. I mean, what are you doing?
Switch to my pick.
You can go, Daddy Dilla.
I'm gonna go Dilla. I think this is gonna be like 107 to 101, and I just like the matchups a little bit better for Dilla. I'm gonna go Dilla in a fucking tight one. I think this is a toss up. I think this is going to be a close ass matchup. Two of the top teams going against each other.
I'm going with win because I want Dilla to lose.
Okay.
But I agree with you because it's going to be an extremely tight matchup. This is going to be a 88 game, or a 101 to 103 game, or a 115 to 113 game. This is going to be close.
Yeah. Okay, next matchup here. Number 7, Daly versus number 14, Caleb. If you'd asked me without even really looking into it, it's Daly in a landslide. Caleb's team is just not good. He traded for T. Higgins, and T. Higgins is still not even practicing. Like, what are you doing? You need wins now. You don't need to fucking buy a guy that's hurt. You don't need to buy fucking Bucky and Rashad that I'm buying next week. You're just kicking the can. You're literally on a death sentence and just keep appealing a sentence over and over and over again just to live another day. I think this is a final straw in Caleb's hat here. I think Daly's going to win this one. This is one of those wins that you kind of run into a team that's not very good, and it's like, thank God I got a breather here. Yes, Daly might not have CeeDee Lamb, but I think Jamar Chase against Baltimore. The Baltimore gives up a shit ton of yards up through the air, so take that. Neighbors versus Carolina, take that. Dowdle against Philly, they're going to have to do something, especially with the backup quarterback.
You're doing too much, brother. It's Daly. Yeah, it's Daly. We don't have to talk about this one. Caleb don't have it. Daly.
Yeah, and I don't even think it's particularly close. I don't think it's going to be like anybody's going to point high here, but I do think Daly wins quite handedly. Yeah. Another matchup with somebody kicking their death sentence down the road is Blackburn after that huge win to stay in relevance against Spencer last week. Is now still in 16th, playing against number 10 Paddock again. What's that?
Big game for both these guys.
Agreed. Blackburn wins, he stays relevant. And he's going to have to trade Tracy next week because he's on bye, blah, blah, keep going down the line. Paddock gets a win here. And like we talked about with Dallas Dallas's matchup. If he gets that win, he kind of get that huge up into the playoff talks.
And go let 50-50 and still be pretty good with the playoffs the rest of the way.
Yeah, so with that being said, I do like the moves Blackburn made this week, trading Jacobs, getting out of that for just a fucking prayer here. He does have a decent team that's set for this week. But, I mean, you're playing against Christian McCaffrey, Devontae Adams, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews. I'm going to have to go with Paddock here. I think Blackburn's season's over after this week.
Trev is trying really hard, and I praise Trev for that. The fact that he has essentially 7 players projected above 7 points, or 9 players projected above almost 8 points is impressive. At the same time, I'm excited to see CMC, man. I am excited to watch him have a 35-point game and make Paddock a contender in this league. So I agree, Paddock.
Yeah. Another matchup that's kind of like losers out kind of a situation. Winners definitely not in, but losers pretty much out here. It's Rich versus Spencer. And I think if Spencer loses this, he has a damn good chance to miss the playoffs if he loses this game. This is must win for Spencer. I'm going to mark that. But it's 3-6 versus 2-7. Spencer's averaging 106 points right now, and he's in 13th place, which is disgusting. Rich, like I talked about in the last pod, has some injuries. We still don't know who's playing, who's in, who's out with the Keon Coleman and Drake London situation. Devontae Smith, I think, is going to play for Spencer. I think it's kind of more like a rest thing with AJ Brown out. I hope for Spencer's sake. Michael Pittman's had that back issue all year. I do not care for either of these two teams. I genuinely don't, but I'm going to go with Spencer just because of like the George Kittle gets an uptick with CMC back. Kyron's Kyron. Burrow has a good matchup against Baltimore. Yeah, I'm going to go Spencer, but I don't think it's anything pretty this week.
So is Drake for sure not playing or what?
It's he's got a hip pointer. They keep saying he's day to day, but they're buys in 2 weeks. They have the damn near the division locked up. They probably will let him rest.
Because if Drake London plays, I want to pick Rich. If he doesn't, it's Trev.
You mean Spence? No. Okay, I'll give you. Hey, you did this a couple weeks ago. We forgot what it was, and I haven't went back and looked to see what it was. I'll give you this contingency. Drake London plays, you get Rich. I'm going to put it in my notes so I don't forget.
Okay.
Here, I'll put it in now. You can tell me why you think that and while I type this.
Well, I just think Drake London's been playing really good football. And I think these two teams are roughly probably 6 or 7 points apart. And I think if Drake London plays, he gets like to 15 to 17 points. And I think that puts him over the top.
Okay.
That's my reasoning for it. These two teams are pretty well matched in a sense. J.K. Dobbins for Rich has actually been balling out. Like, we'll see what Khalil Herbert does in his first game at Cincy. He might get a sneaky touchdown. Who knows? Marvin Harrison's stud. K. Doughton can score a touchdown. Palmer has scored a touchdown like the last 2 weeks. He's looked pretty good. And we'll see what Courtland Sutton does. He looks like he's the only receiver to have in Denver. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
I'll give you that. I like it. I'll give you the contingency. It's written down in the notes. So that's in there. We'll see what happens. Okay. Last matchup Last matchup. It's the brother matchup. It's twin matchup here. And it's honestly a huge matchup for both of you. It's 3v5. You're 6-3. He's 6-3. Kind of going back to the Quinn and Dilla matchup. One of you guys win this, you're going to be springboarded into that conversation of having the bye week one of the playoffs. And it's a close one. The only thing that's kind of separating everything here is Jib's buys. His quarterback and Jordan Love, Ken Walker, Jacoby Myers, and Christian Watson are all on bye. You do have Jackson Smith and Jigba on bye, but other than that, you are relatively good to go. You do need Brian Robinson to play, Brian Thomas to play.
Brian Thomas to play, but Brian Robinson's just maybe not because of it. It's a hamstring issue, and he did it in practice.
There's a lot of hamstring issues this year. They're just all over.
Right, and his bye's not till week 14, so they might just hold him out one more game. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I have McKinnon, or not McKinnon, fucking McNichols.
Big Dickles?
Yeah, who has been his backup, who hasn't done anything the last 2-3 weeks when he hasn't played, but we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. With that being said, dude, even with Jib's buys, we talked about it in the last pod about how good his team is. But Jib, I can't ever pick you. Every time I pick you, you lose. I literally think I picked him 3 times and he lost.
Oh, no.
I can't. I don't want to pick him because it's a curse. He's going to lose, and then you get the win. I don't. I just have to go with picking you to win. Every time I pick you, you win. Every time I pick you to lose, you lose. So
no, this matchup is relatively easy to pick in a sense. If I can't beat Jordan with his 4 of his starters on bye, then I don't deserve to fucking be playing fantasy football. It's that simple. I have my whole team other than a wide receiver 2 that's not playing, and I have my whole team. I need to be able to win. So me.
I'll give you that. I like it. I like. We damn near have every single pick the same this week.
That's okay.
I picked Dilly, you picked Quinn. Yeah, I like it. It's a tough week, very important week for everybody. Huge weeks for everybody. I'm sad. I'm kind of moving on to week 11 already here. But yeah, good. A lot of who knows fantasy football, man. Who you never fucking know what's going to happen. Who knows? I could trade some of these guys on by this tomorrow, and I can be right back into it. So who knows? You never fucking know. And then Taysom Hill could come out and be a starting quarterback. We don't know. Just say it's possible. Also,
possible. I'm Taysom Hill fan now. I'm a believer. Fucking.
I've been saying it. I had the two rushing touchdowns against Blackburn whenever I played him a while ago, and I was sold. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
We're damn near close this one too.
Yeah. So that being said, we're 9 weeks through. Week 10, we're in double digits already, man. We're almost there. We'll kind of little vacations and shit are out of the way. Now I kind of get back into the groove of this before the playoffs get started. So, yeah. How you feeling? You ready to go or what?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make the playoffs, man. It's been 3 years.
Oof. I haven't made it
years. And so I'm ready to make the playoffs. I've been in this proverbial bubble boy fucking place for the last 3 years. I'm ready to fucking take that next step and fucking stamp my fucking place in the goddamn playoffs.
Yeah. See, I'm fighting. I made the playoffs last year playing the games. Didn't make it out playing games, but hey, I need to get in there. It's kind of fun to push for everybody. So that being said, good luck to everybody. I'm not even going to say except Merle because he doesn't need it, but good luck to everybody except Merle, I guess. See ya.
Deuces.